here we are at the western boundary of what will be the biggest dog-proof cell fence project in Western Australia. There's 4 cell fence projects, and this one is the Murchison Regional Vermin Cell Fence, due to be completed by the end of this year. And finishing the fence is really just where the hard work begins, because inside this cell there's 52 different stations plus 9 Department of Biodiversity, Conservation and Attractions properties, covering 7.5 million hectares. The challenge for the community will be to get everybody working together to deploy enough wild dog control to eradicate the dogs from inside this cell fence and return to running small stock. Now, one of the difficulties we have here is that there's a huge range of people who are living in here these days, ranging from people who are just hardcore sheep producers who do everything they can to get rid of wild dogs, through to conservation properties or pastoralists who use wild dogs as ecosystem engineers and believe that they are managing total grazing pressure by having wild dogs on their land. So it's going to be really difficult to get everybody working together, but that's where the behavioural science comes in. My project is using Mitchie's Combi model of behaviour change as a framework. So we're looking at the capability, opportunity and motivation of the landholders. Rather than using an ad hoc approach to behaviour change, if you can break it down and look at it in terms of these components, it gives you a much clearer picture of what interventions might be effective in the long run and in the short term to be able to make this project a success. So what we found is that people who run small stock, people who are economically dependent on their property, and people who believe in the efficacy of 1080 baiting programs are the most likely to participate in additional wild dog baiting programs or wild dog control. And it's the people at the other end of the spectrum, like the conservation properties or like the absentee landholders or the properties owned by mining companies, who really don't engage in wild dog control. They're going to have to be very cleverly targeted. And behavioural science can assist with designing interventions. We know that if we can use economic modelling and we can use social pressure, we can change some of the landholders' attitudes, but we need to change everybody's attitude for this entire project to become a success. And it will take a long time. The work has to be sustained over many years to be able to really fully develop this area back into running small stock units again.